Hi everyone. This is Jesse again. Okay, what happened to my brush? Okay, what happened to my brush? Uh, Just wanted to hang you in on what's going on with Amber Heard and her fans or stands or whatever you want to call them. They're absolutely insane. I mean, insane in the membrane. I mean, seriously. They now have a movement freaking the guy Simmer Shogun freaking and anything more freaking oh my god. The things people are saying, and half of these people didn't even watch the trial. Didn't freaking but then yet they're talking out their ass, calling Johnny racist and everything else. Oh my god. It's insane the mental disabilities with these people. And this person posted on Twitter or whatever during this chat. If you join us while we cut ourselves for Amber Heard, means slicing yourself for Amber Heard, for justice for Amber Heard. Do you not understand, people? If you join this movement, the repercussions of hurting your own body by doing that, do you not know what it could do to your body? It leaves scars. I mean, come on. It's not a peaceful protest. You could die from blood loss if you cut up the right vein or whatever. I mean, seriously. And this is going out to everyone from children to young adults to whoever. I mean, oh my God. And this person's telling people to cut themselves for justice for Amber Heard. You know, this person it's against the law to do something like that. There was a court case not so long ago where I think it was the girlfriend who was telling her boyfriend to kill himself. And he did. And she went to jail for it. Let me look it up. Let's see. Girlfriend tells boyfriend to himself. Yeah, text suicide case. The true story behind it. Michelle Carter released from prison after text suicide. Cutting yourself is a form of suicide. I'm telling you. It's called self-mutilation. What you guys are doing. What Amber Heards are doing. Self-mutilation. Self-mutilation.
Here's the definition of self: a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others, especially considered as the object of introspection or reflexive action.
Self-mutilation. Not self.
According to Wikipedia, in the Western understanding,
Self. What? Oh my God, my boyfriend, man. What are you doing? What? What? Why? Yeah. 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 My roots are telling you. Where is she? Why? Why is she downstairs in the first place? Oh, she don't have to do that anymore now, does she? Oh, okay. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, my boyfriend's annoying sometimes. Come on. Just get out. What's going on? He wants you to go to Family Dollar with him. Now close the damn door. People are annoying, oh my God, in this house. Anyway, let me... Self-harm. If you suggest anyone self-harming themselves by slicing their wrists or anything, please call, get help. Get help. Please. I mean, if you are in crisis and need to talk to someone, text HOME to 741741 to reach a volunteer crisis counselor, because this is not healthy for anyone to be self-harming themselves like that. You can text them or message them on WhatsApp. How to deal with self-harm. We all need healthy ways to cope with hard stuff. If it's a death in the family or something stupid like this Amber Heard, they're here to help and to find a whole healthy alternative to self-harm. What is self-harm? For some people, when depression and anxiety leads to a tornado of emotions, they turn to self-harm looking for a release. Self-harm and self-injury are any forms of hurting oneself on purpose. Usually when people self-harm, they do not do as a suicide attempt. Rather, they self-harm as a way to release painful emotions. Types of self-harm. Self-harm can manifest for everyone, and the way people may self-harm extend far beyond the usual references to cutting in media. Simply, self-harm is anything and everything someone can do to purposely hurt their body. Seriously, running up those stairs like fucking elephants while I'm trying to fucking record. Here are some of the most common types of self-injury. Cutting, scratching, burning, carving words or symbols into the skin, hitting or punching oneself, including banging one's head or other body parts against another surface, piercing the skin with sharp objects such as hairpins, pulling out hair, picking at existing wounds. Sort of sounds like what Amber did in the trial. Case in point. Stigma creates shame. Stigma creates shame and embarrassment, making it hard for people who self-harm to get help. So look out for yourself and for your pals. If you subject that someone in your life is self-harming, Here are some warning signs to keep top of mind. Scars, fresh cuts, burns, scratches, bruises. Rubbing an area extensively to create a burn. Having sharp objects on hand. Wearing sleeves or long sleeves even in hot weather. Difficult with interpersonal relationships. Persistent questions about personal identity. Behavioral and emotional instability, impulsiveness, or unpredictability. Saying that they feel helpless, hopeless, or worthless. Crisis text line here can help you deal with self-harm. How to deal with self-harm. Emotions can be really painful sometimes. It's totally normal to need ways to cope with and process the hard things in your life. If you're having self-harm, to manage your emotions, there's specialists out there to help you. And the people who do care, want the help to keep you safe. Here are some ways to push through, process, and cope with your emotions. Text to cool down. Get creative. Find your zen. Talk to a pro. Why do people self-harm, you might ask? Let's start with this. Everyone needs a way to cope with their emotions. People who self-harm have turned to hurting themselves as their coping mechanism to manage their emotions. So the people who are cutting themselves don't know how to manage the emotion of Amber Heard losing, or their emotions on how to bring that out, their frustrations. So people might self-harm to process the negative feelings, distract themselves from the negative feelings, feel something physical, particularly if they are feeling numb, develop a sense of control over their lives, punish themselves for things think they are doing wrong, or express emotion that they are otherwise embarrassed to show. Effects of this self-harm. Self-harm can be seriously dangerous. Physically, emotionally, socially, all of it. Physical effects of self-harm. 1. Permanent scars. 2. Uncontrolled bleeding. 3. Infection. 4. Emotional effects of self-harm. Another one, guilt or shame. Another one, a diminished sense of self, including feeling helpless and worthlessness, or addiction to the behavior. Social effects of self-harm includes avoiding friends and loved ones, becoming ostracized from loved ones who may not understand, interpersonal difficulty or whatever, from lying to others about injuries. Recovering from self-harm. A lot of people self-harm do so because they are dealing with a painful emotion. If this applies to you, even if you're an Amber Heard or not fan, I believe everyone believes in you and recognizes your pain, because painful emotions are at the root of self-harm. Quite often, recovering from self-harm involves addressing the emotions. Breaking away from that cycle of self-harm can feel like a huge climb. It involves breaking a habit that once brought comfort from the pain, but it is not impossible. Here are some steps to set you up for success. Name your reason for hurting yourself and the reason for quitting. Identify other ways of achieving the same result. Tackle the underlying emotions and tell someone you trust. Getting healthy, both your brain and your body, takes a lot of work. I understand that because I've been through it myself. I was self-harming. Yes, I was. My family didn't know this, but I did self-harm many times in my life because I was going through a lot in my life on many, many occasions. and I got myself help. I did what I had to do to go from sad to okay with myself. You got this. And I believe in you. There are people out there that will believe in you. Please text a crisis counselor at 741471. Use the mobile click to text button on the website I'm going to give you. You are not alone. And please pass it on to those who need the help. Please do. Please do. Here's from the Mayo Clinic. Self-harming/cutting. Diagnosis. Although some people may ask for help, sometimes self-injury is discovered by family members or friends. Or a doctor doing a routine medical exam may notice signs such as scars or fresh injuries. There is no diagnostic test for self-injury. Diagnosis is based on physical and psychological evaluation. You may be referred to a mental health professional with experience in treating self-injury for evolution, or whatever. A mental health professional may also evaluate you for other mental health disorders that may be linked to self-injury, and such as depression or personality disorders. If that's the case, evaluation may include additional tools such as questionnaires or psychological tests. Treatment. Here's where we get into the nitty-gritty here. There's no one best way to treat self-injuring behavior, but the first step is to tell someone so you can get help. Treatment is based on the specific issues, any relating mental health disorder you may have, such as depression. Because self-injury can become a major part of your life. It's best to treat from the mental health professional experience in self-injury issues. Excuse me. I need a drink. If the self-injury behavior is associated with a mental health disorder, such as depression or borderline personality disorder, the treatment plan focuses on the disorder, as well as the self-injury behavior. Treating self-injury behavior can take time, hard work, and your own desire to recover. Here's more information about the treatment options. Psychotherapy, known as talk therapy or psychological counseling or psychotherapy, can help you. It helps identify and manage underlying issues that trigger the self-injury behavior. Learn skills to better manage the stress. Learn how to regulate your emotion. Learn how to boost your self-image. Develop skills to improve your relationship and social skills, and develop healthy problem-solving skills. Several types of individual psychotherapy may also be helpful, such as CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy, or dialectical behavior therapy, or mindful-based therapy. In addition to individual therapy sessions, family therapy or group therapy and also may be recommended. There are no medications to specify treat self-injury behavior. However, if you're diagnosed with a mental health disorder such as depression or an anxiety disorder, your doctor may recommend antidepressants or other medications to treat the underlying disorder that is associated with self-injury. Treatment for these disorders may help you feel less compelled to hurt yourself. Then there's psychiatric hospitalization. If you injure yourself severely or repeatedly, your doctor may recommend that you be admitted to a hospital for psychiatric care. Hospitalization, often short-term, can provide a safe environment and more intensive treatment until you get through a crisis. Mental health day treatment programs may also be an option. Let's see, clinical trials, lifestyle and home remedies. Stick with your treatment and plan. Recognize the situations or feelings that might trigger the desire for self-harm. Ask for help. Take care of yourself. Avoid alcohol and recreational drugs. Take appropriate care of your wounds if you injure yourself, or seek medical treatment if needed. Coping tips if you're injured include: connect with others who can support you if you don't feel alone. So you don't feel alone. Avoid websites that support or glamorize self-injury. Learn to express your emotions in a positive way. Self-harming is negative. You can protest about this, yes, about Amber, but as you can tell, self-harming is not a good thing. Here's some tips if your loved ones are self-harming, for those who are noticing your loved ones. Get the information, learn about self-injury and all that, like I'm doing. Try not to judge or criticize. Let your loved ones know you care no matter what, and support the treatment plan. Share coping strategies and ideas. Find support and take care of yourself too. Preparing for an appointment, what you can do. Symptoms to help prepare for your treatment, make a list of symptoms you've had, key personal information, all medications, and questions to ask your doctor. Questions to ask may: what treatments are available? Which would you recommend? What side effects are possible with that treatment? What are the alternatives to the primary approach that you're suggesting? Are medications that might help? Is there a generic alternative to the medicine you're prescribing? What should I do if I have an urge to self-harm between therapy sessions? What else can I do to help myself? How can I, or those around me, recognize that things may be getting worse? Can you suggest resources that would help me learn more about my condition and its treatment? What to expect from your doctor? When did you first begin harming yourself? What methods do you use to harm yourself? How often do you cut or injure yourself? What feelings and thoughts do you have before, during, or after self-injury? What seems to trigger your self-injury? What makes you feel better? What makes you feel worse? Do you have social networks or relationships? What emotional issues are you facing? How do you feel about your future? Have you had previous treatment for self-injury? Do you have suicidal thoughts while you're feeling down? Do you drink alcohol or use tobacco or recreational drugs? Your doctor or medical health professional will ask additional questions based on your responses, symptoms, and needs. Preparing and anticipating questions will help you make the most of your time with your doctor. Let me see. Let's see here, can you let me see, DIE from kidding. It is possible to die if you are cutting and losing too much blood, or if your wounds get infected, which can seriously jeopardize one's health. Seriously, do not follow this trend. People are going to end up dying. And the person who started this is going to get in serious trouble because of the fact that he or she or they or whoever this person says they are is going to end up in jail because they're putting people's lives at risk. Please do not do this. Do not. Please, I'm begging you. From one kind person to next, I don't care if you're an Amber fan or not. Please get the help you need. Find a suicide crisis line near you and get the help. Get on medication. Get on something. Do something. You need to talk to somebody. Do it. Because apparently these people do not care about themselves. They don't have the self-worth. They're looking for their attention seekers. Please do not. And if you see these people doing this or hear this person, please report it to Facebook, to Instagram, to Twitter, to wherever this person is. Because, seriously, it's not good. Is telling someone to self-harm of crime? Can you be arrested for telling someone to commit suicide? Her boyfriend did eventually kill himself, but many questions. Can texting someone kill yourself really can be considered involuntary manslaughter? To tell someone how to kill yourself, and you can end up in jail. You can be persecuted for encouraging or causing people to self-harm. Here, it's on a website called REEVE.slaw.com. Fact or fiction, can be persecuted for encouraging or causing someone suicide. Missouri, blah, blah. Talking about bullying. Massachusetts. In a personal injury lawsuit, someone who allegedly caused someone else's suicide, the main question is going to be whether or not this is a whole law. Seriously, 35 comments on fiction. This is a lawyer talking about this. You should really go to this. A 91 decision called ESO versus Board of Education of Montgomery County, Maryland. School counselor had a duty to notify parents after the child had made suicidal statements at school. The lawsuit alleged the school staff failed to investigate the bullying against him and failed to discipline the bullies. Many messages to Ray encouraged him to kill himself. It goes on and on. It's against the law. Anyone who's thinking about cutting themselves has a mental illness and needs help. Please do not do this to yourself. Your body is a temple. And it's getting dangerous with all these mental disabilities now, where people are self-harming over celebrities. Seriously. And if it's true from what I hear from the video that Amber Heard did message them and say, go right ahead and do this, blah, blah, blah. She could get in trouble for encouraging it. And what kind of person wants to see their fans hurting themselves for them? You can protest in so many other ways. Do freaking petitions. Do stand outside the court or whatever with signs. I even heard during this video with Simpsons that someone's just gonna freaking get boiling acid and start throwing it on on men, innocent men, who is not Johnny, because that's going way far in the deep end there. And that person needs help and be put in jail until they can get the help. Oh, I'm gonna start throwing it on innocent men. That's a man hater right there that don't like themselves, that needs help. It's really sick human beings doing this freaking thing. You should hear what these people are saying. Please just listen to this, and please do not. I don't want you to freaking doing what these people are doing. Okay? I condone it.
On my craziest journey yet. Today I am doing a little bit of investigative journalism. I am going undercover as an Amber Turd fan in order to infiltrate Amber Turd's fan base to see what they're talking about, to see what they're like, because I haven't been able to have any dialogue with the Amber Turd fan yet. So I want to see what's going on in their minds. And it turns out today they started a new movement to support Amber called the Cut for Amber movement, in which people are literally cutting themselves and posting pictures of it on social media in order to show their support for Amber Heard. It is getting crazy. People are harming themselves. I am highly disturbed. This is going to be one of the craziest, most disturbing videos I have ever made. I feel like I'm going insane having just experienced this, and I want you all to take a look. This is going to be a long video. Eventually, I get a chance to speak. I try to reason with these people. I believe Andy Signore comes in and tries to reason with these people. It's going to get insane. So stay tuned, and I promise you, you're going to want to watch this one till the end.
Support Johnny on this, because if Amber, with all these evidence, can win this case and get support from the public, who is gonna do that?
Exactly.
Which woman is gonna do that?
Exactly.
If
this famous rich white woman doesn't get justice, nobody's gonna get justice.
Exactly. Then it's gonna be way harder for women to get that oh my god, the support that they need.
You're really wicked to about
it's gonna be way harder. The women won't speak. I'm not even talking about the women in Africa and because they can even speak about.
Can we let somebody else speak?
Wait a minute, let Miss Cole finish. I want to hear his touching story. Miss Cole, I really adore you for sharing that traumatic events of your life.
And I'm not even trolling, because sometimes people think I'm trolling, but I know.
No, I really believe you. And Turkey has one of the highest femicide rates in the world, so I totally understand. So it's when I see rich women like Amber Heard not getting justice, or there was this Saudi princess, and Saudi royalty. Oh my god, but she had all that privilege. But then in the end, she was killed by her own father. Her own father.
My dad.
Because it's part of their religion. If the daughter disrespects, she dies. She had to do something to have her father feel so disrespected and stuff that she had to be taken out.
Me and my mom.
Okay? That's how Saudi people are.
What is that word?
Okay? They're talking about the Saudi princess. How do you know she didn't disrespect her family and her heritage and stuff by doing something that the father did not like? And he's all about tradition, so he had to take her out of the picture. Okay? These people do not play with disrespect and tradition. Okay? All right? I mean, it wasn't her fault. It was the father, but let's get on.
Yeah, so ourselves in my
Okay, go ahead.
I do my research.
Okay, so we really appreciate your story. But anyways, I wanted to speak on the fact that Johnny Depp is actually racist. I wanted to go on what Mel said earlier. He actually did the equivalent of native blackface in the movie The Lone Ranger when he portrayed a Native American.
He's getting paid to do it.
So
if he wanted to, I mean, if he didn't want to get paid,
he got millions off that money for doing basically a native minstrel.
I do believe he has like I forgot the word for the American. I'm sorry, I'm Mexican, so I don't remember the word for the Indians from the United States. Make that.
Please don't say Indians. That's a very derogatory term.
No, that's the way we say it in Mexico. Sorry.
Well, not in
That's the way we say it in Mexico. That's why I specified. I'm not fighting with anyone, so please don't fight with me about that. So I do believe that Johnny is a Native American. I'm sorry, I forgot it again. Can I be reminded again?
Native American.
Yes, that one. Yes, I believe he is by his Cherokee. I don't know if mother or something like that.
Johnny is European, Caucasian. He's not
Okay,
Native.
you know what? His race doesn't matter, okay? It really doesn't matter. Yes, he did blackface. Yes, he's racist, whatever. But what
blackface.
What?
He did native face. That's what
Oh,
I said.
native face, yes.
Exactly. So if he did native face,
But,
I mean, he has to.
to be honest.
What people don't understand
Okay, so we're like
is that to be part of a movie, you gotta listen to the directors, the producers, the CEO, the writer of the movie. You gotta, or you do not get paid, and you will freaking be known as a stuck-up celebrity not wanting to do anything. What now? Thank you. Love you. And stuff. And you will get blacklisted for not being workable in Hollywood. Okay? These people do not understand how Hollywood works. He's not racist. He was just listening to the people higher up than him on how to portray this character. He was put in the makeup by makeup artists who were told to put this makeup on him like that. Okay? If he wanted to get paid millions of dollars, he has to do his job and he has to freaking listen to people. There are higher ups. Actors do have bosses.
Sharing our experiences of like misogyny and domestic abuse and like stuff like that in order to show that even when Amber Heard is like considered a fairly powerful woman, I mean she's white, she has pretty privilege, some things most of you here don't have, and she's like rich. So if she can't get justice, then what happens to the women in Somalia, in Saudi Arabia? What happens to the women in Nigeria?
There is no evidence.
We can't get justice.
There is no evidence of her, let's just say that, getting abused in the first place. Okay? Let's go from point A to point B of all her lies. Okay? One, she said that she was sexually assaulted with a wine bottle. Okay? Let's break it down for you. A one bottle thing is like maybe a little bigger than that. Okay? Our holes are like that. It would cause physical damage. Okay? Having something shoved up us repeatedly. That's one, aka rape. Okay? If you didn't want that up you. Okay? 2. Why? Oh, why did Amber not go report this with the cops? Report this at a hospital. There were places where she could have gone to get help when it first happened. There is no medical records of this ever happening. Okay? of her getting sexually assaulted. She said on the stand, and I quote, that she uses a bruise kit. And then she tried to cover it real fast and saying it was a theoretical makeup kit. Come on, you really think we normal mental people are gonna believe that it wasn't a bruise kit? And we even found the damn a bruise kit with the same damn colors and stuff online. I mean, come on. There's your lie about the bruise there. And then she first tried to use the excuse that she used actual foundation and makeup to cover the bruise, and she brought in the actual makeup kit that she freaking, and that the company who made that compact came out in a tweet or whatever saying that compact was not around when she was using that compact, when she was freaking getting abused. It came out later, okay? Than she had, okay? There's your lie number 2, okay? I did videos on how to make fake bruises with just makeup, and I did it pretty convincingly. And I'm not a makeup artist, okay? I've had bruises, okay? And there's a picture of her going to the courthouse one day with a bruise on her face. And then the next day, the bruise disappears. I'm sorry, bruises do not disappear within 24 hours I'm sorry, no. And they do not cover, makeup does not cover bruising, okay? Does not cover it up completely. Because I've seen a video, I have saved down in the hashtag Johnny Depp here, where this woman got a black eye and stuff and tried to cover it up with makeup, and there was no way to cover it up without making yourself look like you're wearing cakey makeup. Okay? Lie number 3. She's saying ice and swelling and makeup, blah, 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 and stuff, and that she has problems with her nose. And no medical reports to back it up. 2, we've seen her on freaking a talk show. Her nose didn't look broken, didn't look beat up, doesn't even look like it's been touched. Okay? All right? And I know what broken noses look like because my sister, when she was younger, when it got into these girl fights, cat fights, or whatever, and she had her nose broken. And I seen what a broken nose or a busted up nose looked like. And let me tell you, when she went on that show, that talk show, she was not touched. Okay? The day later afterwards. There's pictures of her doing a photo shoot where she claims she's wearing no stick of makeup, but yet there's not one bruise on that body of hers. Okay? Johnny had problems with her racy scenes, but yet she does these racy scenes for freaking Magic Mike. I mean, seriously. This woman admitted to doing MDMA, crack cocaine, on top of being a pill popper, and weed. Doesn't anyone understand that doing crack cocaine will end up making you think things that aren't there, making you do things that you don't normally do, and eventually killing you? Look at what happened to Whitney Houston. She killed herself because of the crack and all the drug she was on. No one's talking about the fact that she was a fucking drug addict. She even took freaking Johnny's drugs to get high and had parties with them. I mean, come on. You don't bring that shit around an addict. Like, and Johnny admitted to being an addict. I'm sorry. The temptation is just too strong. She was not, and when he wanted to get clean and he asked her point blank, come get clean with me, what did fucking Amber Turd say to him? Hell fucking no, I have no problem. You go get the help you need. I'm not good. She just outright refused to get the help and do it together with him. She was in denial of having a problem when she did. Okay? I mean, seriously. Amber Heard needs help. And I'm very scared. Because now that she has a little baby and she has all these mental problems, addictions and stuff like that. And to be around a 1-year-old, someone needs to have child welfare keep an eye on that. And with the way she is known to throw things at people. She has anger management problems. She is my brother. I don't want people like that because of my brother. He was in denial. He liked making people freaking look bad and him look good. And when I opened my mouth after I left, he tried to make me look bad. And claimed that, and he admitted to his addictions and stuff like that to try to make me look bad. He wanted to have all the attention on him. Doesn't this sound like fucking Amber Heard? I mean, Amber Heard's pooping in bed. It's just almost the exact same thing as my brother freaking opening up his bedroom window, which is in the side of the house, and peeing out of it. And not even remembering a goddamn thing that he did that. Because he was fucking high. In his bedroom. Instead of walking 5 feet to the bathroom. He was a heroin addict. Okay? Oh my God. Amber Heard still don't believe she has a drug problem. She needs help. She needs mental help. And the people following her also need help too. Okay?
Point blank, you cannot get justice. Even her, the world turns against her at that point. Like, how many women get raped by powerful people?
And you can tell that she doctored pictures, okay? She done, even the jury said that she faked a crime scene to blame Johnny. She went that far.
Even in Turkey.
Because there was none of what she said in the report in the police camera when the 2 police officers went to the place. Okay? The police officers said themselves that freaking the house did not look like there was a fight in it. There was nothing. It was freaking clean.
What can they do?
Even trans women too. Like Turkey.
How do you explain
not
that?
The best country,
Exactly.
but it has higher standards for Middle East. Like women is more open. But even then we called the police when my dad was attacking. They were laughing and blaming us because we opened the door for him, but he was really trying to get in.
Like, that's the kind of world that Johnny
That's the kind of world that Johnny supports and lives in. And like at the end of the day, it's like, oh yeah, like of course you think the Western world was more accepting of feminism and whatever, but in recent years there has been a huge pushback on feminism. I'm not a feminist. They're cringy. They're weird. They're stupid.
Strawman argument.
No, we're saying that Johnny fans support
people abusing the supporting the abuser.
And this trial has set back feminism decades, if not centuries. Okay?
No, it has not.
Where we're supposed to aspire
Because you
to
know,
like.
I would understand if the judge was a guy, okay? But no, it has not set it back because of the fact that the judge was a fucking female. Okay?
No, people are saying now. People are saying they don't want to believe Marilyn Manson's victims because Johnny's.
Now it's going into Marilyn Manson. Stay on topic, people. Amber and Johnny, not Marilyn Manson. Why are we putting two separate cases together here?
They don't believe Amber, so now they're believing the abuser before the victim.
And two, why are we freaking blaming Marilyn Manson? Were we there? No. Do we know exactly what happened? No. We're just blaming him because of the way he portrays himself in the media. How do you know in real life he's like Johnny? He's sweet. He's kind. He has his mental problems. He has emotional problems like everyone else. He's a human fucking being. I mean, everyone has their ups and downs. We have our mental problems. We have this. What happened to the compassionality of people?
Old friend, even
his best friend, I haven't seen a single person say that they believe Marilyn Manson. He's a piece of shit. I don't even like.
Just why are you friends with him? You are what your friends are. So why is he?
You know what I'm saying? Say. Check the hashtag. That's about Marilyn Manson.
I don't believe that his friendship with Marilyn Manson. I don't believe they support Marilyn Manson. They are willing to see the evidence, which is different.
But the thing is, when it comes to sexual abuse, you're supposed to believe the victim first until they're proven wrong.
Exactly.
And
that's the whole point of the Me Too
movement. And I'm sorry, Amber fucked the Me Too movement because she was proven to be a freaking liar.
I agree with that. It's as much as I agree with
it wasn't Johnny,
it
was
not
Amber.
Necessarily fair because look what happened here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys
Amber
keep
was not abused in the way she said she was.
Exactly.
Amber may have been abused in a smaller way, perhaps, but she was not abused in the way she said she was.
Exactly.
Her and killing her and stuff.
And racial her dead corpse. I mean, that man is psychotic.
What you're promoting is a dangerous idea. You're promoting
Can I speak for 1 minute? I just want to say something.
Let Chelsea speak. Let Chelsea speak.
Here's what I'm trying to say. Like, after this, I don't mind, like, not talking. It's just, like, my point.
I hate advertisements. There's too many.
Talking, it's just like my point is that he did not abuse her in the way that she said that he did, and that is why she lost. She could not prove that he abused her in the way that she said that he did.
Exactly.
She said that he beat the shit out of her like every day, that he grabbed her by the hair and like.
If you grab someone by the hair and dragged him like she said he did, she would have a bald spot in the back of her head. Okay? When you pull hair gets pulled out. Your head would be bleeding. Okay? From the roots being pulled out. Okay? Alright? Because I had my hair pulled like that. I had bald spot. I had to freaking shave my head because of it. Because I noticed a bald spot because of him, because of my brother. Okay? And it was freeing going bald, let me tell you. Getting the past away and bringing in the new. Okay? But anyway, if it was the way she described it, she would have a bald spot. There wouldn't be hair freaking looking like it was clipped with freaking hairstyle scissors. Okay? She's not a natural blonde. So where are the roots in that picture of her hair in the person's hand? Okay? Because if you look at the picture of the top of her head, she has dark roots. Okay? Where are the dark roots in the hair and the hand? It looks like it was freshly cut off her head or from a weave. Okay? And then the two pictures of them, there's two pictures of the top of her head. One looked like there was something in her head, blood or whatever. But then they took another picture, and there was not 1 ounce of blood, not 1 ounce of red in that top of that head. Okay?
Her in the face repeatedly.
But
there was no evidence of that.
Exactly.
She couldn't prove it.
There
And
is
that's
evidence
why
of
her-
it. There's evidence of
Whereas
it.
Johnny
No,
could prove
The
that
thing
she
is,
was-
guys, do you know that this case, it was about a defamation lawsuit where
Oh my God, he fucking calling me while I'm doing this. I cannot believe this. I just want to get this done. What? What? I am filming something. I'm recording something. What? Well, you can call me down for that. Come it outside. Well, you can't vacuum it yourself? It's up here. No, but that's what you in the kitchen. Yes, you can. Get off your ass and freaking walk like me. What's that? What happened to mine? I know what it is. Why'd we get another one when I have mine? Can I go back to what I was doing? Can I go back to what I was doing? Stop bothering me. Oh my God, I have 5 minutes with this man. I swear. Anyway, sorry for the interruptions.
yeah, it wasn't proving that Johnny didn't abuse her. It was just proving that she was wrong to write the article. It didn't prove
She
that.
lied in her article.
Yeah, and if she lied in an article, what more is she lying about? What else is she lying about?
She was getting abused in the UK. Like she
Yeah,
told
it
that.
did. Yeah, there's
And
no British case
Even
that
the
proves
judge
that
said
Johnny
that the UK trial was unfair to Johnny Depp.
This trial is unfair to Amber Heard.
Exactly.
But jury- exactly.
No, it wasn't unfair to Amber. They saw all the evidence from Johnny and from freaking Amber's side. The UK trial did not allow Johnny's side to speak. Okay?
God,
What
you
was
know
the
that
conversation about?
they know that jury was lying.
And it was about the Sun
In
article.
the UK trial, they didn't even allow half of the evidence in. It was disregarded. That trial was unfair to Johnny. The judge
Exactly.
said so.
Yeah, but the
The
thing
UK
is,
is listen, I'm not calling Americans stupid, but the UK is
Oh,
a
I know.
bit more educated. Okay, thank you. You agree.
It's true.
The UK is a bit more educated than the US, who are so celebrity obsessed. So the UK trial, I feel like, is more fair because. Like,
How is it more
the
fair?
Johnny Depp fact.
They didn't show evidence on Johnny's side. They blocked most of Johnny's evidence. It was more Amber's side in the UK. How is that fair? We saw both sides here. They just don't want to admit that Amber freaking turd here lied on the stand, tried to cover her ass, but she said she got caught time and time again on the stand perjuring herself.
And your Amber fans, because nobody in the UK gives a fuck about American celebrities as much as American celebrities. So I feel like it would be more fair. And also about the thing that
and they don't care about celebrities. Look who freaking Harry is married to. Prince Harry. They don't give a shit about fucking American celebrity. Bullshit. They come over here to freaking do their business and shit.
Your self-harm, encourage people to self-harm. Okay, what about when Johnny Depp was saying he wants to rape Amber? Would that not encourage his fans to kill their wives and rape them?
Oh, it will. Yes. Yes, I agree.
It will.
We are not as crazy as you guys. Him doing that does not tell us that it's okay for us to do it. Only people who have mental disabilities and think it and was raised a certain way will think that's okay. Those people are the mental disabled that are mentally unwell. Okay?
That's a great point. I'm very smart.
Well, I agree with you so much.
Oh, we're both
I
smart.
do
Yeah.
think that text is absolutely vile.
And
I
it
would
is
support
like
it
a
afterwards.
someone to kill their wife and rape the dead corpse.
However, I
I
do
say.
want to say that that text was sent after she posted the op-ed.
So he said that out of being pissed off. Okay? He knew she was writing about him and trying to do shit because you don't know what was going on behind the scenes at that time. I mean, seriously.
So this is the right person.
Absolutely not. It is not. But he said that he was venting to a friend after
Exactly.
she completely destroyed his character.
Clearly something he's very familiar with.
Do you want to know this, Chelsea, right? Amber didn't name Johnny. Johnny named himself. She just wrote herself.
She said 2 years ago.
I didn't know that she didn't call him after that op-ed and said, I'm going to release this or have them release this if you do not give me the money. And that's what pissed him off to say that shit in the email and venting to his friend.
Yeah. I mean, it was proven that it was about her, about him.
And she said about him, and she literally said on the stage, that's why I wrote it about him.
And she had money from the settlement from the beginning. She didn't have to write this op-ed, okay, about the domestic abuse, okay? She got his car and everything else because he wanted her out of her life. Okay? And she wanted more.
No, she wrote the article. He could have let it fade away if he believed that she was
No,
lying.
She could have not wrote the op-ed, period. She should have gotten in trouble for breach of contract because it was part of a contract that after the divorce, she don't say shit about him. And she wrote that op-ed.
Well, he publicly wanted to humiliate her, and he won, and he did get what he
wanted.
wanted.
She wanted to humiliate him.
Also, it's funny. It's funny. Sorry for you guys. It's funny that you want to accept Johnny as like a not perfect victim. Oh yeah, he said that when he was angry. Yeah. But that doesn't mean she didn't abuse him. Okay, Amber had punched him once. Does that mean she's now automatically his biggest abuser? Like what?
Yes. It only takes one time. Abusers do it one time and then they say, I'm sorry, I'm never going to do it again, blah, blah. And then they end up doing it again and again and again because the victim thinks that they're sorry afterwards. It's a mental fucking game with these abusers.
What are you talking about? Right. You don't want her to be a perfect victim, but you don't want him to be a perfect victim. You're like, he's an imperfect victim. He's a victim at the end of the day. Like, you're hypocrites.
Exactly.
That is so true.
So true.
When I I'm gonna say why? Because Amber did not hit Johnny just once, and Johnny did not.
And she did not just hit him; she threw shit at him. She tried to hide a camera recording him while he was at his lowest. She took pictures of him at his lowest. You can tell the ice cream picture was freaking made to look worse than it is. The freaking cocaine on the fucking table was not his. because it had a tampon which a woman uses. Amber's cup was on the table in the picture. A purse was on the damn table. That picture was also staged, okay?
Johnny hit Amber a million times.
No, he didn't.
Can anyone explain how the bruise showed up on her face when she went to get the TRO and she hadn't seen Johnny in 6 days?
Bang! Right there. Hadn't seen Johnny in 6 days, but yet there's a nice little bruise on her face saying that he did it just that day.
Because
sometimes people
And then it was gone the next day.
Because sometimes
It was gone the next day.
exactly. As a nurse, I
Like-
feel that's true.
A bruise do not disappear that easy.
You better behave, girl. You better behave.
I'm sorry, I'm trying, baby.
I'm
trying.
Guys, I have a question.
Okay, let it go.
Okay. All right.
If it was the whole entire truth, you wouldn't be able to break pieces and pieces off of it and stuff to the point of there's nothing there. You would be dead set on that story. There'd be evidence to back that story up and everything else. There'd be proof. There is really no proof to this.
I'm confused. I want you guys to straighten it out to me.
To what Amber is saying.
Why did she talk about her dog stepping on a bee?
That was why she. Yeah, exactly. Why she talk about the dog stepping on the bee when it has nothing to do with the case. Drug out of mind. Drug out of mind.
Don't know about that.
None, even the Amber Turd fans are freaking can't
That
explain
has
that
nothing
one.
to do with this. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
Like, dogs are
Okay,
gonna be
but
okay.
you know, like,
I have no, like,
And she should have not brought up the whole freaking dog stepping on a bee thing because of the fact that let's not bring up the fact that her and her father, especially her father, ran a illegal pit bull dog fighting ring in Texas. And he went to jail for it. Okay?
some human beings, they're like really attached to their dogs. So she must have been really attached to her dog.
Guys,
Okay?
you see? Guys, you know Amber.
So how can she be attached to any animal or person being raised by a person who freaking was torturing dogs and pit bulls and stuff for illegal fights, betting fights and shit? Those poor animals were being tortured. And she was raised in that environment, so which makes you think that she thought that was okay.
And Johnny said Amber shot on
Yeah.
This stupid ass guy can't tell the difference between
old man. And the alcohol got to his brain.
Right, you can't tell the difference between human shit and dogs.
He's literally so dumb that he thought Amber was
told her friend that
He's
she
alcohol.
She thought last thing under Amber was gonna shit on his bed. Amber had.
Ew, she has class. She has
She is a beautiful classy woman.
fucking.
How is she classy? If she may be classy and whatever, but when you're high on so much drugs like she's on with halogens and everything else, you may think this is normal to shit on a bed as a practical joke or out of spite or whatever. But it's not good. Amber did it. And if they try to blame the dog, this little dog was a small Shih Tzu type dog. So the poop is not going to be huge like that. Okay? Huge like that. It's going to be little pellets. Okay? I've seen how little dogs freaking poop. How big dogs poop. How cats poop. Because I was raised around that with my grandmother. Because she raised dogs and cats for the show. Those dogs and cat shows when I was younger. Okay? Alright? And let me tell you, she had like about 25 cats and 2 dogs. One was like a little Shih Tzu white dog and a big German Shepherd. And let me tell you, a little dog could not make that much of a mess. Okay? Case in point.
Please, She comes
She
from
also
a
made it
woman.
to them.
Also, isn't there a text where he admits to shitting on the floor or something? I'm trying to find it. But he's like,
That photo of him with the ice cream melted all over him was so messy.
That was staged.
God, do you know that?
You can even see the bruised kid in the picture with a fucking spoon for the heroin that she was doing at the time. You can only imagine what that spoon was used for drugs.
Right?
That's not a bruised kid.
Yeah,
That's not bruised kid bullshit. Bullshit.
Auto blast damage. Trust
We
me.
found proof that was a bruised kid.
We can replace
Because someone admitted. She even said on the stand it was a bruised kid.
They could not prove that was a bruised kid. It was too pixelated. And the colors didn't even match.
She admitted on the stand she used the bruised kid and then tried to cover it by saying it was theater makeup.
Because she's a woman. They don't want women to run.
Oh my god, there's video footage of it. I'm just saying.
We're tired. We are tired. We are tired.
Oh my god.
Silence, okay? Yes, we call ourselves.
Exactly.
I can't eat candy was so good.
How was it rude for him to eat candy? He was fucking hungry. The lawyer was eating candy. There was even freaking pictures and stuff of Amber slipping shit in her mouth and drinking shit. And I mean, come on. And it was all rude. Then tell me, how rude is it of Amber to, when she did the first interrogation of what was going on in this lawsuit and everything? Remember her with the blue screen background and shit? She was chomping on candy nonstop, giving her time to think up lines to tell these people. She even fucking rolled her eyes in the footage. Did Johnny do any of that shit? No. He did it because, one, he was hungry. Two, he is a heavy smoker. They don't understand that when addiction hits, they have to have something near them by the mouth to handle that itch, that, you know what I'm saying? Because I know my boyfriend is addicted to the nicotine in the cigarettes. And for the fucking month, 2 months, I'm trying to think of how long, he was addicted to Twizzlers. Okay? He was addicted to Starburst. No, not Starburst. Yeah, Starburst. He was also into, I know, these other candies. Lifesavers or something like that. I forget exactly. But he was also into Raisinets. He was downing all these. So just so he don't pick up a cigarette. Because the patches weren't just enough for him. How do you know he wasn't doing that? Because the addiction, he was trying to stop the addiction of smoking. Because you can tell that he's young.
And justice for Amber Heard and other co-hosts. I don't know your actual name.
Her name's Nadia.
Nadia. Okay, I like that. Okay, so.
Holy crap, guys. I just infiltrated Amber Heard's fan base. You will not believe what is going on here. It is insane.
Y'all are accountable to other people, not just yourselves.
You do realize that y'all are influencing other people to cut themselves on Twitter, right? You guys are getting called out for your bullshit. All you have to say is that I'm fat. I get that I'm fat. You guys are insane.
It's going to be tragic. It's going to be tragic. It's going to be tragic.
Why are you shouting? Why are you style on?
And I know it was an Amber Heard fan who had my Instagram blocked and freaking fucked up my Facebook.
So
because it was right after I commented on an Amber Heard picture, calling her a Hollywood hoe.
So basically, hold on. So I can't talk.
because she has a reputation in Hollywood for going into these movies and sleeping with the leading men just so she can have another step in the ladder, another notch in her belt. Okay? Let's count how many men she had in her life. Johnny, James Franco, Elon Musk, Kevin Costner. She tried Kevin Costner. Sorry. Go. I hate being interrupted. I mean, seriously. I mean, let's see. Kevin Costner came out and said that right after breaking off with Johnny Depp, she came to his trailer naked. And he told her to get the fuck out. What kind of bitch does that? Okay. What kind of woman does that? Okay. Amber Heard likes older men. And she knows how to manipulate men. Okay? But she couldn't manipulate Kevin Costner. Okay? And I applaud him. I have so much respect in him right now for him saying that. Saying, I did not do anything with this bitch. I seen she was crazy. When she came in, I told her to fuck off. I mean, come on. Let me see. Who else did Kim have? She had Tasha Van Ray. I mean, she needs to pick a side, a male or female. I mean, she was with a female when she met Johnny. She is not stupid. Even the one guy in the audience saying that she knows what she's doing. She is not dumb. He believes that she was in control of everything. That she was responsible for the finger. Okay? And he was just yesing her so he can get her out of Australia and out of the hotel room that they were in. Because he knew she was the headache. The more important person was Johnny and his finger at that point. And she still wanted attention over Johnny. I mean, she didn't ask in that audio, is he okay? Can I go with him to make sure that he's okay? No. She even admits in that video that it's her fault. That Johnny will not want to see her again. She was so scared of being kicked out of his life. That audio proves it. Okay? Of how manipulative she is. Okay?
So are you guys going to continue talking over me? So are you guys going to continue talking over me? Are y'all going to let Cinema speak or not?
Muted
hey,
by
are
host.
You guys going to let Cinema speak or not? Yes. So can I talk now? All right. So here's my point. You guys are sitting on here talking about abuse, right? But you guys are verbally abusing me because you're upset about my opinion. You're mad that I'm fat. Okay, yes, I'm fat. But you guys are cutting yourself on Twitter because you're mad about a outcome of a trial. Like, you have scars on your... No. Hey, can the host of this place stop muting me in the middle of my sentences? It's like she's muting me to make me sound stupid. So, you guys are sitting here on... I think we've heard you talk for like 4 hours, dude. I have 30 seconds. Yeah. Is this your space? Yes, I would like to speak. So what I'm saying is, you guys are all coming across as extremely bigoted by the way you talk to me. You know, calling me fat, whatever. Okay, yes, I'm fat. But you guys are cutting yourselves. You once again, you're not letting me speak. You know, you talking. Can I just speak? I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you guys. I'm really concerned about your mental health. The fact that you're sitting on a social media app, posting pictures of you slicing your own arms up because you're mad about a trial. Amber Heard will never know you guys. She'll never acknowledge that you all exist. Yet you all have scars on your body because you're mad over a trial. Over a trial about celebrities. This is not okay. This is not normal. And I'm not saying that you have to be normal because I'm not normal. But at the end of the day, what are you guys doing here? What do you hope to gain from this? When you cut your own self because you're mad about a trial outcome, what do you think you're going to gain from this? Okay. Yeah, I'm listening.
Self-harm is always going to mean to protest. It's a way of showing that you can do take on a cause. If you harm yourself and not others, that's good because it's peaceful, but also like it's still meant to get the movement and meaning out there. For example, like I said earlier, Nelson Mandela went to prison for 20 years just to avoid his cause. Gandhi's the Vietnam War used to burn themselves to death. That shows that you are like deeply worried about movement and you care about it.
Oh my God. She's referring herself to Gandhi.
Taking classes online gave me the flexibility to be able to
cut themselves, especially not minors under the age of 18, and support that. But we do this hashtag so that Amber can see that we care about her and that we are cutting ourselves for her. That's it.
So you say, and I quote, that you are cutting yourself for Amber Heard, correct?
Yes.
You're cutting yourself for Amber Heard.
Because it's about what Amber represents.
And you said that this is a good thing. Self-harm is a good thing. That's what you said out of your own mouth, correct?
I didn't say that. You just put words on my
You said self-harm. When you self-harm yourself, it's a good thing because you're not hurting others.
Yeah, it's about burning and killing other people. Like Johnny fans who attacked Apple fans in front of the court the other day. I would never attack a Johnny fan. I would just hurt myself.
Oh, bullshit.
And you don't see anything wrong with that?
I get what you see.
And you kind of equate yourself to Gandhi and Nelson Mandela because you're cutting yourself over Amber Heard, someone who appeared in Pineapple Express and Aquaman.
It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about who she is. It's about what she represents. She's an anti-women, female rights, and empowerment. Gandhi was a pedophile and a racist, so he's definitely
How was he a racist again? When he all he wanted was peace in this world?
But if you
So,
recognize that it was a pedophile, so can you recognize that it is not a good option to cut yourself? No, I'm saying Gandhi got freedom for
these
himself.
people
He
insane.
his goals.
Like, I'm skinny.
Exactly. Even though he's a racist, he thinks black people are inferior to Indian people. Even
I have a question to Jesus. I have a question.
Jesus died for us. Jesus died for our sins. That was so any Christian take off.
No, it wasn't self-mutilation
Why
or
would
self-harm.
Christians support you cutting yourself over a
He
celebrity?
was murdered for his beliefs, okay? Get it right.
So I'm destroying myself.
And he just went with it because there was no way of fighting his conviction. He had a lot to lose and a lot to gain. Okay? By dying.
And I just support you guys being discriminatory towards him for his weight.
Yeah, I don't appreciate it.
Can you guys apologize for that because it's not what we represent as Amber?
I apologize about
I don't know what they say about Apple. I think this is many fat people and she supports people overweight, so I don't understand how you guys.
I'm sorry, Cinema. I want to apologize to you. I don't hate you. I just hate that.
Okay, thanks. It's okay. Listen, I'm a grown man. I can handle a little bit of ridicule. You know, I'm not gonna.
And people who hate other people because of their weight
I'm not really
carrying
concerned
themselves.
about the hate that you guys.
I'm happy with how I am.
But can I say this? I'm not concerned about the hate that you guys show towards me. I'm more concerned about the hate that you guys show towards yourself when you inflict harm on yourself. To be honest. I love myself, and I don't feel like you guys love yourself. Okay, being fat's a harm to myself, but you're physically cutting yourself. Yeah, so you're fat too, and now you're sitting on here talking shit for what? I'm sure half of you all on here are fat. You're hiding behind other profile pictures. Thank you, Captain.
She seems to be a correspondent for Channel TV. Hopefully she's not paid by Johnny. She spread our movement. Hopefully she's not a reporter that's paid by Johnny.
What's hi? Hi. My name is Mayor. I live in Dubai.
This lady is comparing herself to Jesus Christ because she cuts herself for Amber Heard. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I'm still half asleep. I rolled out of bed to do this. This is absolutely insane. It is some of the craziest stuff I've ever heard. That's not what came out in court.
Okay, so can I, that's one question. First, I'm going to say Amber was also wrong, right? That's one. Secondly, can you suppose, and I get that when you explain from the top.
Yes. I'm gonna protest for Amber this Friday in London. I called if anybody wants to come. Let's keep Amber. But at the same time, I'm a bit afraid. I'm a bit afraid of the W supporters that they might attack Edward. Oh my God, I'm so lucky to have you all by my side. Oh, is that real? Oh my God.
So do you think that...
I love this response. Is that real? Is that yes, it is. I took this picture.
A lot of ads. Oh my God.
Yes, it is. I took this picture. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So you all think Amber Heard would approve of y'all cutting yourself in her defense? Amber Heard disapproved of y'all cutting yourselves?
Chris, listen to what they say.
Amber Heard just
They
approved
say
of y'all
Amber
cutting
Heard
yourselves.
supported this, and then they go and try to cover it, just like she did in court, saying that it was a fake account.
Hold on, so Amber Heard just put out a tweet approving that, like, basically happy that you all are harming yourselves?
Guys, oh my God, I'm doing this. Like, I'm sure sorry. Amber actually
They're saying that Amber Heard saw this group and like she approves of it. I don't know if this is delusions or they've been messaged by her or what, but they're saying she approves of them cutting herself or cutting themselves on Twitter. So if she actually tweeted that, you're going to continue to inflict self-harm on yourself?
Yes.
Yes? Why? What does that prove? Are you that desperate for a celebrity support that you would harm your own body? She's a queen for supporting people on Twitter who are slicing their arms open?
Guys, I think that tweet was fake.
That's okay.
It's not fake. Don't do damage control now. So Amber Heard approves of this.
Yeah, don't do damage control.
I mean, I find that highly disturbing that Amber Heard would be approving of her fans sitting on Twitter slicing their own wrists.
If Amber Heard approves of Cuff Amber, then that shows. Guys, I posted something on the Dropbox chat. I just cut myself. That's okay. Please stop trolling, please. No, I just cut myself.
This person literally just cut herself.
That's not me. It's sensitive, so people. Okay. I literally did that right now, and I love her so much.
So you're cutting yourself while on this Twitter Spaces and posting photos.
And what happens if
Please
you died?
stop. Please stop.
Okay, let me say, I think you guys don't know the psychology behind self-harm.
Please.
Self-harm, it actually feels good. It feels amazing. Like it's a good feeling. That's how people do it.
These people need help.
I can assure you there are better feelings in the world than harming yourself. Please seek help. Okay, this isn't about Johnny. This is about you all. This is about you all. What Johnny does in his life and what AH do in their life has nothing to do with you all.
Amber drinks. I'm sure it's not true. I always saw that one. I know that it's fake. But anyway, you're bullshitting me. I trusted you. I know she's bullshitting me as well.
Do you have family and friends that know that you do this?
Someone's faking it, so don't listen to Hannah.
Do you have family members that motivate? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I actually go out to eat with my friends and family all the time.
Yeah, they're encouraging bad behavior.
Okay, they're encouraging bad behavior, but you're cutting yourself on Twitter. I find that highly different than maybe eating some snacks in bed. Oh, so it's the same.
Let me tell you this morning.
No, stop trolling, please. This is serious. Like, we're legit serious about this.
Yeah, I'm legit serious. I don't know who this guy is that's trying to troll me. I can't see his face or name. I'm sure he's a weirdo, but.
My thing is, I don't know why Africa is here, because feminism is clearly not good movement in your continent as a whole.
So now you're being racist towards Africans.
How is that racist?
I need to say, no, like, I'm not trolling at all, like, zero trolling, zero.
So you have a problem with Africa, you have a problem with Johnny Depp playing, Native American characters, but you have no problem with Amber Heard playing a mermaid. She's not a mermaid. Mermaids are real. So you're saying Johnny Depp won because of white supremacy and not because Amber Heard was faking evidence?
How do you know? How can you scream white supremacy when Amber Heard was white herself?
On the stand, she committed perjury.
Hello?
She literally, I could show you, I could break down like 15 occasions where she faked evidence. You realize that she would use the same photo repeatedly and say that it was separate incidents of abuse when it wasn't? Do you realize that the photos are doctored? Have you heard about metadata?
Have you also seen the photos that she claimed that were from Australia, but they were actually taken in the UK?
Yeah, I've seen all of her fake evidence, and that's why she lost the case. Which is why you guys are going so insane right now.
Have you guys seen the Jennifer Howell letter where Jennifer literally begs Amber to tell the truth begs Whitney?
If you don't know Jennifer Howell, then I don't know why you act like you guys know about this case.
Exactly.
All right, guys, I'm confused. Who here is cutting themselves, and who here is not? Because the name of this group is "I Cut Myself" or "Cut for Amber." No, I think that's the biggest thing to talk about here.
Well, they decided to stop now. Because they're getting caught in their bullshit.
So there's only like 3 or 4 people in here cutting themselves, right?
I caught Claire cuts and not even cuts, Thomas cuts, Cisco cuts, Bernie cuts, Chelsea cuts.
They just caught her saying Kelsey cuts, and they're saying, "Oh, Chelsea don't."
Okay, so Chelsea is a perfectly sane person right now, right? I don't want Chelsea to be with me. I want y'all to seek mental health therapy.
Justice for Johnny Depp. Chelsea knows the facts. Chelsea is not stupid.
Shout out to Chelsea. She's the only one with sense here. All right, that's good to know. This person is literally on your page encouraging people to harm themselves. MMO is on here encouraging other people to harm themselves. You guys said that you wouldn't do that. MMO just tried to encourage someone else to harm themselves. You guys said that you wouldn't do that.
We don't encourage anyone. We calm down.
It's kind of it. But you have to understand that it's kind of too late because you already gave MMO a platform to encourage young people to hurt themselves. Like y'all realize there are laws against this, correct?
Yeah, but we're just saying that we don't encourage minors to do this.
So you encourage adults to hurt themselves. So you don't encourage minors to do this, but you encourage adults to hurt themselves.
Exactly.
But yeah, those laws, they exist. Even if you hear it.
Guys, the justice system has lost all my respect at this point. I have no respect for the justice system, no respect for the laws. Cool, and then.
Wait, so
guys.
So now you're saying you're going to attack random men on the streets because you're mad about this case? What? So what do those random men have to do with this?
I'm gonna start throwing acid on their faces.
All right, cool. You're going to attack men and throw acid on their faces, men who have nothing to do with this. These people are fucking insane. Like, this is crazy. They have no idea that I'm sitting here recording this right now. This will be documented, trust me. Share this video right now. Stop what you're doing and share this video. People need to see how insane these people are. And I feel like this is totally against the law. They're on here encouraging people to hurt themselves. Literally on here telling people they should cut themselves for Amber Heard. Listen, guys, I literally just spoke and I infiltrated this fan base of Amber Turds, and it's so insane that I can't even put it into words. I'm literally wiping the sleepies out my eye. Like, I'm still tired. I haven't got a chance to get ready for the day or anything. I just hopped straight into this, and I cannot believe what is going on right now.
It's a typical typically push away everybody in their life.
You do realize his ex-wife testified and said that that's not the case, and you do realize he has friends. He's literally. They try to mute me every time I start dropping facts.
But his ex-wife and his daughter not going to testify for him because they know that Johnny has severe alcohol issues.
No, that's not true. They didn't testify because they weren't allowed, and Kate Moss was allowed because she was mentioned by Amber.
No, they didn't testify because they knew that Johnny was
It's becoming very apparent to me that a lot of you all that are cutting yourself over this trial really didn't watch the trial, because you're misquoting and you're spreading fake news about things that are going on here, because that's not the truth. At least be honest. Okay, ha ha ha, really funny, hardy har har. I honestly, you can't shame me. Someone who cuts himself on Twitter over Amber Heard can never shame me. Never. So let him say what he has to say. That's fine. Now they're saying they're going to hang themselves for Amber Heard. So you don't support Hang Fam, but you support Cut Fam. That's what you call in your little group now, Cut Fam. Like it's some cute thing to do, right? And you would only name it Cut Fam to appeal to a younger audience. Adults don't like things like that. That's to appeal to kids. Cut Fam, that's to appeal to children. That's directly to appeal to children. Cut Fam. No adult in their right mind will go around talking about Cut Fam or Hang Fam.
Yeah, no minus, please.
We were only here because if it's not a minor, it's not suicide, and it's
It is part of suicide. I just read you all 2 or 3 articles on it.
We're mature enough for it. I'm not supporting more people being caught in housing.
We are adults, we have to go to war and die in war. Because we want to Syria and yet access, we can do whatever we want. At this point, I'm okay. I just start with this. We stand with Amber, so Africa is for Amber.
So you're saying that you stand with Africa. Just a second ago, you were saying all Africans are racist.
No, you misunderstood me. I said Africa is a very specific place, a continent of
4 countries, and I'm from one of these, so let's replace. So
Okay.
that's why we're saying Africa, because we need to raise awareness within the African communities, Ethiopian, Somali, Kenya, whatever. We need to raise awareness within them.
I think what you need to raise awareness for is people who self-harm themselves like you all. That's where their awareness needs to come from. It's not about Amber Heard or Johnny Depp. It's about you all hurting yourselves over celebrities that you will never meet a day in your life.
We don't have to be her. We met her spiritually. I met her spiritually. Anyways, I don't know.
So earlier, you guys said that Amber Heard directly supported you guys cutting yourself. How did she support you guys doing that?
She won't be proud of you to something to herself. She won't even acknowledge that if she does, it will be like, oh my god, this is not me. She doesn't have that.
So
exactly, because she loves you, she doesn't want you to be harmed. Because she loves you, she doesn't want you to be harmed. Exactly.
He's a very yeah, let's ask him. Okay, I sent him a request. Okay, to the one person. I'm gonna remove. Hi, I'm looking for something. Hi. Is that
okay, so things are just going totally off the rails right now. It looks like Andy Signore is actually joining in on the party. Let's see what happens.
Andy is in there from Popcorn Planet.
I don't know what Nana's doing at this point. She's just loving the attention she's getting. But I'm doing that.
Yeah, but why is it's not even have to do it. We're trying to spread awareness for domestic violence. I think we're doing attention seeking now. Hashtag hang for Amber, and then
Yeah.
That's not self-harm. She literally.
What are you doing right now in this Twitter Spaces other than trying to seek attention, though?
Okay,
Literally any picture from Google.
Right.
From themselves, and also if you want to post that Jennifer Howell letter in the
you can share it.
Go ahead and do that.
These people have no idea who Jennifer Howell is because they didn't watch the trial.
We did. You've spoken for enough time. I want Andy sing Andy. I don't know. Okay, I just want to add on. Sorry, I'd love to talk to you 1 second. I'm just thinking of where you're talking to.
I just saw a tweet and I already see Corey Johnny very misogynist stuff.
Misogynist. We will come to fit you. He seems like one of those podcast men.
Yes, for sure.
Podcast men.
Or like a.
How can I split the bill or something?
Those are the most misogynist.
And they're on Team Johnny. They say something. Guys, did you know that Donald Trump's son is supporter of Johnny? Like, the kind of people that are supporting.
Yeah. I was about to say the same. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, aren't you guys from Africa?
No, we are from the UK.
First they say they're from
So why are you talking about American politics?
Because this is American.
You live in America, but we're from okay.
All right, I think Andy's ready to speak, guys. I'm sorry, guys, but after being in that little private chat or Twitter Spaces or whatever you want to call it for over 2 hours, I had to get the hell on out of there to protect my own peace of mind. The stuff that people were saying in that chat room was just absolutely insane. And unfortunately, I did not get to document it all. I did not get to record it all. I literally rolled out of bed and hopped right into this chat room. And shout out to all my Twitter followers who actually got to hear me being there from the beginning, because I got to drop some real truth bombs and some hilarious jokes in there before I started realizing, like, hey, I need to make this into a YouTube video. But yeah, it's not funny what was going on in there by any means. It was actually really sad, but I try to, make humor out of whatever situation I can. Eventually, Andy Signor came into the chat room as well. I'll let Andy do his own video about what he had to say. So I edited that portion out of this video as well. But the conversation did continue, and it's still going on. At the time of this recording, it is still going on. But it's something that I want to have a conversation about. But this video has already been so long. Shout out to everyone who stuck to the end. You're the real supporters. If you stuck to the end, let me know down in the comments below. And follow me on Twitter. So you might catch me in these random Twitter spaces sometimes saying God knows what. But this was just something, it was eye-opening for me. I definitely have a lot of feelings about it. And I'm going to make my own video of how I feel about this entire situation. But it's really sad that these people are out here encouraging other people to do this in Amber Turd's name. And they're claiming that Amber Turd supports them. And I don't know how true that is. I want to make that clear. That's just what they're saying. And these people are obviously insane. But it just blows my mind that stuff like this is going on. It is far worse than I could ever imagine. I didn't realize that things had gotten to this point, that things were this bad. And I talk about mental health all the time on my channels, but this is just further proof that we have a mental health crisis going on within our country right now, and just, I guess, within the entire world. But I'm definitely going to react to this and drop more of my feelings about this in a future video. Hit that subscribe button. I need to sit down and really listen to this again, go over it, and really just form some solid opinions here. Don't get me wrong, I can go off the fly, but man, after sitting there for a couple of hours, I just need to regain my thoughts. I'm sorry, but hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you on the next video.
I mean, seriously.
Court has voted to overturn abortion rights, according to a leaked document. If this opinion becomes official, half the country could ban abortion. Our freedom is on the line, along with control.